Greetings, Dr. Mark Winton here from the University of Central Florida, and I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about Chapter 7, Global Hate, International Problems and Solutions. There's several issues that your author discusses in the first section of this chapter, and some of these have to do with the different definitions of hate crimes, different laws in different countries, also different policies and methods of reporting and tabulating hate crimes, as well as the different scenarios regarding politics and stability of a particular nation. So we run into a lot of problems when we try to conduct cross national comparisons because we need to really be able to compare specific types of hate crimes. And so we want to be very careful there that we're actually comparing similar incidents. We also have a discussion of the rise of nationalism and the radical right, and we see this increasing to a large degree in the 1990s, probably due to a variety of factors. One of those being immigration, another one being economic changes, another one being birth rates of the dominant group, and also your author lists the disintegration of the Soviet Union. And also these arguments may resonate with many of those living in Europe that are related to far-right ideologies in the political arena. So we see this discussion expand in regards to the really short history since the 1990s of the rise of nationalism and the radical right, primarily in Europe, and some examples are provided from France, Austria, and Italy. And again, focusing on immigration and economic issues and political changes. Additionally, anti-Semitism continues to be a problem in Europe, and that is discussed as well. Then your author focuses on 5 countries and those countries' approaches to hate crime. So really, I'm not going to go over in great detail, but the comparison looks at Germany, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and Croatia. And then the author looks at some of the similarities and the differences. For example, your author points out that each of the previous countries have enacted hate crimes in recent years in result to similar problems that the countries face. And also that all of the countries discussed, except Croatia, have seen an increasing immigration and diversity of citizenship. And also the far right has enjoyed more popularity to varying degrees in those countries. And also hate crimes are underreported, as is the case in the United States. And also we've seen some similarities in patterns and trends of rates of hate crimes. Some of the differences, of course, focus on tactics to deal with hate crime, as well as the actual legal terminology used in hate crime laws, and also the extent of hate crime laws in terms of what is covered in each country. Your author next takes a look at a global hate network and points out that we need more research in this area as well, and also that we begin to see in different countries hate groups connect up and communicate and exchange information. So the internet has really been a unifying factor and has helped create more cohesive hate groups across borders. One of the interesting features, of course, is that's discussed, and certainly one of a subcultural analysis would be white power music and how that has been used to unify and increase cohesion among white supremacists throughout the world, actually. and we've seen an increase in that type of music due to the easy access to the internet and downloading music and distributing music. Now, policing hate across borders becomes problematic because a country doesn't have the ability to criminally prosecute people for acts committed in other countries. So again, we see how the internet works here, and how this relates to different countries' laws regarding, let's say, hate speech as well as freedom of speech. And so we run into those problems clearly as well, policing across borders. At the same time, we begin to see more collaboration and cooperation among criminal justice organizations, law enforcement organizations, and researchers who are interested in studying hate crimes from a global perspective. And this wraps up this video.